I'm Mark Tonelli. I teach music and coordinate the Guitar Studies program at Millikan University in Decatur, Illinois. And with Eric Liguori, I'm the co-editor of Entrepreneurship in Action, The Power of Student-Run Ventures. I created the concept for this book because the work my colleagues and I at Millikan are doing with student-run ventures has made a positive difference in the lives of our students. And I believe our work can be valuable to a wider audience. So in this video, I'm going to explain what the book is all about, how it can benefit you as an educator, and how it can benefit your students. Entrepreneurship is a 21st century skill. In our globalized society, where technology advances rapidly, it's critical for people to acquire skills that enable them to adapt to ever-changing shifts in the market. As the need for entrepreneurial acumen has risen dramatically in the past few decades, education has sought to capture this trend and codify it into pedagogy. Entrepreneurship majors, minors, certificates, and a wide variety of entrepreneurial course offerings have permeated higher education. Even at the secondary and primary levels, educators are engaged in helping their students acquire entrepreneurial skills. Now, coursework has traditionally focused on developing entrepreneurial competencies. For example, entrepreneurship and business theory lay a foundation. Textbooks and lectures instill important entrepreneurial principles. Case studies provide valuable examples from the field. Assignments help students transform information into knowledge, and projects help them apply their knowledge. But when are students ever engaged in a full-time entrepreneurial effort that spans an entire semester, or a year, or multiple years? When do they benefit from lessons learned and an immersive and authentic application of the entrepreneurship they're studying in their courses? In many cases, they aren't doing these things. And here's where the concept of a student-run venture enters the picture. A student-run venture is a course that students enroll in for credit and an actual business they run. In a student-run venture, students don't study business theory or read case studies, they live it. This model flips the traditional concept of a classroom on its head. We use the word teach in relation to a student-run venture, but really the teacher functions more as a guide, offering feedback to help students make informed decisions. You might say the teacher only intervenes when the train is about to head off the rails. Otherwise, in every situation, students run the business and make all the decisions themselves. They learn firsthand about the relationship between risks and rewards. They celebrate successes as a result of thoughtful decision-making. They also learn valuable lessons when things don't go as expected. In short, they learn from within the perspective of running an actual business. Such training is invaluable. Before students ever set foot in a job post-graduation, they have already held a position in a professional business through a student-run venture, and they can reflect this experience on their resumes. They fulfill the duties related to a particular job. They form part of a team. They interact with actual clients. They learn to work for a supervisor with real accountability for accomplishing tasks and meeting deadlines because they know the success of the business depends on them. They learn to work as supervisors, navigating the challenging role of leading others and empowering them to be accountable to the success of a business. Now, make no mistake, this is not easy work, but it is worth it. A student-run venture accelerates students' learning and prepares them for professional life in an unparalleled way. There is simply no substitute for the learning derived from the hands-on work students do in a student-run venture. Surprisingly, the student-run venture model I've described here is rare. One-off projects and short-term enterprises are much more common. Some educators or administrators may be intimidated by anything more. They may admire it from afar, but be uncertain how to implement it themselves. Entrepreneurship in Action, The Power of Student-Run Ventures tackles these thorny issues and helps you as an educator discover how you can make a student-run venture a reality at your institution. The book takes a 360-degree look at student-run ventures, from the practical nuts and bolts of setting one up to the philosophical implications of teaching one and many worthwhile topics in between. This is done by highlighting 6 unique student-run ventures that span the disciplines of technology, the humanities, and the arts. Each chapter is authored by the professor that teaches that particular student-run venture. I'm one of those professors. I teach a student-run venture called Arts Cafe, in which students run a live performance venue. So, drawing on years of accumulated knowledge teaching student-run ventures, we share our wisdom with you. Detailed descriptions of how to get a student-run venture off the ground, how to garner support from your administration, how to structure class meetings, develop assignments, and evaluate your students' work. We discuss that elusive definition of what success is in a business, both from a financial and an educational standpoint. And of course, most importantly, we offer many, many strategies to step back and let your students take control. And we share our experiences in candid and vulnerable ways, allowing you to learn from our successes and our failures. Teaching a student-run venture is challenging, but it offers the potential for extraordinary growth as an educator. In addition, multiple entrepreneurship education experts author chapters on the broader aspects of how student-run ventures operate within a larger context. This includes creating a culture for student-run ventures at your institution, the outcomes for student-run ventures, and teaching student-run ventures in a crisis, such as the worldwide pandemic we're facing now. An important element of the book are testimonials sprinkled throughout from graduates who were enrolled in student-run ventures. They tell it like it is, speaking to the value of being in a student-run venture and how the work they engaged in has contributed to their professional success now. Entrepreneurship in Action, The Power of Student-Run Ventures isn't a textbook per se, though it could be useful if you're teaching a student-run venture. However you use it, I firmly believe there is something here for you, regardless of your discipline, whether you teach college or high school or even middle school. You'll find something in this book that can help you help your students become entrepreneurial.